Welcome to Unwritten Stories of Significance. Each and every show that we put out has amazing guests. And I'm truly excited about all of my guests. And George is saying it again, but it's the truth. This young lady I discovered on LinkedIn. Her name is Vitoria Christino. She's a beautiful young lady from Brazil, and she's here to share with you her story. So without no further ado, welcome Vitoria Christino. Hi, Victoria.
Hi, Joy. How are you?
Good, my love. I always like to ask this because your name is very special. It's named by your parents, all right? Did I pronounce it correctly?
Yeah, it's Vitoria.
Okay, hot, awesome, hon. So welcome to Unwritten Stories of Significance. It's a pleasure having you on, hon.
Yeah, it's a pleasure being here to share my story with you.
You're welcome, honey. So look, beautiful. I know all about you. We've talked and we had a beautiful conversation, but our viewers don't know about you, hon. So if you'd like to introduce yourself, and we'll take your beautiful story from there.
Yeah, so I'm Vitoria, I'm 26, and I'm from Brazil. I arrived in Canada last August to start a postgrad program in public relations, and living abroad has always been my biggest dream. So I was really glad that I could come here and that I have the courage to came all alone and start this dream here.
Beautiful, hon. Beautiful. Now, you were born in Brazil, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Now, I know throughout our conversation, you shared your life story, and there were some pictures that went along with that life story. So there was one that popped up in our conversation that you love to dance. At what age did you love to dance, Victoria?
I started dancing when I was 5, I think, and I danced through my whole life until I was 18, and then I had to start college, so I didn't have a lot of time, and I stopped for a period of time, and then I came back. Now I stopped again. So dance has always been present in my life, and I would say all cultural and art stuff. That's why later on I decided to pursue a career in communications, because I knew I was always fascinated by arts and in its all forms.
All right, honey. When you were dancing, what kind of dance was it? Like, what did I know there's all different types of dance that you do,
Yeah,
but what was your specialty?
When I was younger, I used to do ballet, but it was for a short period. But then I did tap dance, and I really enjoyed it. So I would say this is like my favorite type of dance. Yeah.
Okay, so which one was your favorite?
Tap dance.
Tap dance. Wow. So you're clicking those little feet all the time.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's really exciting.
Oh, good for you. Now, do you have siblings?
No, I'm an only child.
Okay, so you're an angel. You are an angel. That's what I say. That's what I say. All right, honey. And your parents, what are your parents' names?
My mom is Gloria, and my dad's Harold.
Oh, okay. And what did they do in Brazil? What did they do?
My dad is a dentist, and my mom is a physiotherapist, but she used to be an English teacher as well. That's why I started learning English when I was pretty young, when I was 5, because actually my grandma was an English teacher, and then my mom also became an English teacher. So that's why.
Beautiful. Wow. 5 years old. So
Yeah.
how did you learn English? Did you read a lot of books? Did you tell us, how did you actually learn?
Yeah, so as I started when I was 5, I was like learning how to read and how to write in Portuguese, and I was learning English as well. I would say I've been studying English through my whole life, but only now that I'm living in Canada and being able to live everything in English. So I used to say, like, now I have to go buy a coffee in English, and I have to go run all errands in English. So it's really different from going to English class and studying like grammar. So I feel now that I can say that I'm fluent and that I can communicate easily because I'm living in this English speaker environment right now. But I've been learning English throughout my teenage and childhood and teenage years. So that's why I feel that I have this good foundation in grammar and pronunciation, and I can express myself easily because it's not like it wasn't like I didn't learn English like right now. It's been like a whole life.
All right. How hard was it, hon? Because I've always thought about picking up another language, but I'm too lazy. And I admire anyone that can do that, that can adopt another language and use it. How hard was it, sweetie?
Yeah, so when I was younger, I feel that it's really easy learning another language when you're younger. So
Okay.
as I started really young, English was not that hard. But as I'm saying, like now that I'm really having to speak in English, so I still make like some grammar mistakes and sometimes I can't find the proper word I wanted to use. But I feel this is all about being fluent, being able to communicate regardless of having the perfect word. So sometimes I can't find the proper words, but I can explain myself in a way that people understand me. So that's the beauty thing I feel about learning another language because sometimes I used to say like I'm even smarter in Portuguese. So if you think I'm like smarter now, I'm even more in Portuguese. So it's difficult for people to understand sometimes that if you speak another language, uh, your universe is, you have a whole other universe. So like for me, even though I'm fluent in English and I can communicate easily, I always have like to think a little bit and to translate some stuff because it's not my first language. So it's like a really hard work to do, but I've been getting used to it. So now it's being easier.
Well, I love it because you speak English, but you've got that beautiful accent behind it. So I love it. I love it. Love it to pieces, honey. Delving into your gorgeous story here. So you lived in Brazil, and then all of a sudden you decided to go to Boston. Let's delve in that. So when did you decide to go to Boston, and why did you go to Boston?
So I've been to Boston in 2018 to do a marketing course. It was a 1 month course, but it was
Yes.
like really nice, and I learned a lot because that was the first time I was able to really communicate in English and live a little bit. It was just a month, but I could really feel belonging to that place, and I made like friends from all over the world. So it was really a really nice experience. And I was able to practice my English in another way, not in an English class. I was able to, as I'm doing now in Canada, that's why I decided to come here later because I wanted to feel that experience I had in 1 month. I wanted to live that like for longer. That's why I decided to move here and pursue my degree here. So when I went there, it was really nice for me to know I was able to do a course in another language and make friends from all over the world and be able to communicate with them. So it was a really nice experience having that in that time.
Beautiful, hon. What did your parents think when you wanted to go? What age were you when you moved to Boston? What age?
Oh, I was 22, I think. Yeah, I
22.
wasn't
Okay.
really young. Yeah.
All right. What do your parents think about that?
My parents always supported me in everything, in all my dreams. So they always pushed me to go through those things that they knew they were important for me. So when I decided to go to university, it wasn't in the same city where I used to live. So I had to move from another city, from Rio, that it is the capital of the Rio state.
Right.
So they always like supported me, and I used to say like I live in a good condition with my parents, but we are not like rich or anything. But they always supported me throughout to pursue my dreams because they knew I was capable of. And as I'm an only child, they were always trying to give me the best experience they could.
And that you did. And you know, you gave yourself the experience, hon. So pat yourself on the back. You gave
Yeah.
yourself the experience, hon. You did, fully. You left me with a quote.
Mm-hmm.
Feel the fear and do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like that's a kick butt quote. Like feel the fear. Like I don't want to feel it, but you're saying and do it anyway. Why did you want to share that quote with us, hon?
Actually, I have this phrase in a tattoo. I have it on me, on my skin, because I strongly believe in that. Let me see if you're hearing me.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
hearing you. I'm hearing you.
So especially my dad always taught me to be like really strong and go and fight for the things I wanted. So I feel this phrase really represents what I think. Like even if sometimes I feel afraid of doing something, I always go for it. So I mean, I can say like someone else could be afraid of even doing this interview with you in another language, in a maybe it would be like a scary thing. And I always think like I have to go through it for it. I have to do it because I know it's gonna help me grow and you know, I feel inside of me that I have to go and do it. So I feel this quote is really a quote that helps me move on, you know.
Well, how has it helped you, honey? How has it helped you in your
Yeah.
words?
So I always think about that quote when I'm feeling like afraid of doing something. So I'm always like, I have to go and do it. So when I decided to move to Canada all alone, everybody always asked me like, oh, aren't you afraid of moving? You're gonna go by yourself. How is it gonna be? And I always said like, yeah, of course I'm afraid. I mean, I'm moving to a whole new country. I don't know anyone, but that's my dream and I'm gonna go. So I feel that this strength comes out of me, you know, and I feel that I have to keep moving on to pursue my dream. So it's kind of fuel that drives me to do something that I really believe.
Vitoria, this is a beautiful segue over to our next segment, honey. That was gorgeous. And on that note, we're going to take a break and we'll be right back with Vitoria Christino. Welcome back to Unwritten Stories of Significance with my beautiful, now I can say international guest, Vitoria Christino. Welcome. Hi, sweetheart. That was an amazing first segment.
Yeah, it was really nice sharing my thoughts with you.
Oh my gosh. Like you talk so well, like so well, hon. I love that accent. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. All right, honey. So this next segment, sweetheart, we are going to talk about you coming to Canada. All right. All right, honey. But you graduated in Boston, right? You graduated in Boston and everything?
Actually, I graduated in Brazil. The Boston course was just like a professional course, 1 month long. So I graduated in communications in Brazil, and the Boston course was a marketing course that I did just for 1 month. So actually, my major is in communications back in Brazil.
Yeah. All right, honey. So now you wanted to come to Canada. You want to take it on. Come to the cold, the 4 seasons. So yeah. What made you do that move, hon?
So as I said before, I always wanted to live abroad. There was something that was always in my heart. And I feel that when I went to Boston and I felt that I was living in another country, and especially in an English speaker country, that was always my thing. I always wanted to move to an English speaker country because I wanted to be able to experience speaking in English and living this daily life in English. So I actually visited Canada in 2019. So I
Oh,
visited Toronto. So I fell in love for Toronto. I mean, it's an amazing city, and I was like, I want to go there and study there. And I was already also wanting to pursue a postgrad course because I graduated in Brazilian communications, and then I worked in public relations for a couple years, and then I wanted to pursue this postgrad course here. So that's what made me decide to move to Canada, because I really enjoyed Toronto, and I knew that Humber had a really high qualified course in public relations.
okay. What was it like? I'm going to delve into what you're studying, but what was it like when you, if you remember getting off the plane? What was it like when you came to Canada and you said, my God, I'm actually here? What was the feeling like all alone, doing it on your own?
Yeah, that's how the quote aligns. Like, I was like really afraid of moving all along, but I knew I should come and pursue this for me. I knew it would be important for me to just take this big step. So I feel like that feeling when you enter a plane like all alone, it's so like insane that I feel like I can't explain like in words, because
Mhm.
you feel, and you feel like those goosebumps, and you feel like really, oh my gosh, am I really doing that? Like, am I crazy? Like, why am
Mhm.
I here? So it was something like really really special to do, because I knew it was something I really wanted. So
All right. And then you came to Canada and then you went to Humber College. If you can talk about that, telling the story there. So you went to Humber and you enrolled in what courses?
yeah, so I decided to take this postgrad course in public relations, because I was already working with public relations in Brazil, and I
Yes.
wanted to continue on this career. So I kind of analyzed some options here in Canada, and I saw that Humber was the highest, the most, uh, how can I say it? See,
It was,
English is being hard for me.
that's okay. It was a great university that had good courses to offer.
Yeah, yeah, was
Yes.
the most like recommended, especially for
College.
PR. Yeah,
Hmm.
so I knew that if I came to Humber, I would probably have more doors open for me in the future, because
Gotcha.
this is a good educational program.
So you visited Canada in 2019 and then you officially came to Canada to Humber to study at Humber at what year? Like 2020?
2021 August.
2021. All right. So you didn't go straight into class. You were online, were you not?
No, my classes started in September, so I arrived here at the end of August.
All right. So were you online at the time, honey, or were you in class?
Oh, okay. No, all online. My classes started online, but I was already here in Canada,
Right.
and the classes went online from the beginning in August until now. Now we are coming back in person.
Right. How did you like that? How did you
It's
like that, hon?
Yeah, it's really nice, like being able to get to know my classmates, people that I've been working with like in the last month, and I only knew them like from here. I've never been able to really uh know them in person, so it's been a really good experience to get to meet them, and also the professors, and having this in person experience.
I've never heard anyone. That's why throughout this whole conversation, you are so enthusiastic. You are so positive. Like I said, how has it been online? And you say, it was great. And I'm like, wow, you look at the other side of the coin. And also, you said, talking from here up. That was so cute. All right, hon. Why did you choose the course communications? Why did you choose that, hon?
So in Brazil, we don't really have postgrad courses in public relations. We have
Yes.
some, but they are not so recognized. So as I wanted to live abroad and pursue an educational program here, I wanted to do public relations because I was already working with that. And as I said, Humber is like an amazing college, and I knew it would give me lots of opportunities. Of course, I would have to put my personal effort on that as well. But I
Yeah.
feel that being in a good institution I could learn with the best professors and the best people in the industry would really help me. So I was like, I wanted to come here to be my best version and working with something that I already like.
Beautiful, hon. Now you shared some pictures with us of graduating. What was that like? Are we closing out again? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, hon. Your pictures of graduating, what was that like, hon? That you finally did it. What was that like?
Yeah, it was really important because this was for my bachelor's, so it was 4 years, and it was really emotional for me being able to complete that course because I always wanted to work with communication, and communication is so broad. You can do lots of things. So I wasn't really sure what I would want to do when I first started college, and when I finished, like 4 years later, I had an idea of what I wanted to do. So it was really a milestone for me being able to complete that course, knowing that I wanted work with PR.
Do you love studying, Vitoria? Do you love studying?
I would say I'm more of a working person. So I really like to work. It's something I feel like I'm really hardworking. I'm a Capricorn, so I really like to get things done. So I think I perform well in a working setting, but I'm really enjoying my experience as a student here at Humber. But I definitely like to get to work.
Yes, you do. You're focused. You are focused, honey. Focused. You left us with another quote. Do what you have to do until you can do what you want to do. Oh, tell us, honey.
Yeah, so I strongly believe sometimes you have to go through some paths you don't really enjoy or it's something you don't really want to do to be able to achieve something bigger. So like right now, for example, I'm working in a part-time job. I really like that, but I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. But I know that now I have to do it to be able to support myself here and, pay the bills. So
Yeah.
I feel sometimes people are not willing to do what it takes to get something bigger, to get what you want. So this is something I really take for myself because I know I'm doing what I have to do now. So, and then in the future, I will have built a path, a career, or something that I will be able to choose or to really do what I want to do. So, I feel, especially some young people, they want everything like for now, without building this way to your success. So yeah, this is my biggest I would say advice, especially for younger people, to understand that some things might have sometimes you have to do some things in order to get other bigger things that you want in the future.
Would you say that's sacrifice, Vitoria?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, in some stages of your life, sometimes you have to sacrifice one stuff to get others done. So right now, I'm sacrificing some stuff like being away from my family, sometimes not meeting my friends as much as I wanted because I'm doing this program that is really demanding and I'm also working. So sometimes I'm not able to be present and be with people, my friends, as much as I wanted. But I know that it's just a phase. And then when this program is over and I start working or something, I will have more time. So sometimes you have to sacrifice some things like momentaneously to get something bigger in the future.
And on that note, my friend, I thank you, Vitoria Christino, for taking the time to come on Unwritten Stories of Significance. You're a blessing. Give me a heart real quick. Give me a heart. Yay! Bye, sweetie.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.